Hey guys, hola a todos. So today I am out for a walk. It is my day off running, but I still wanted to get out, do some exercise, keep me fit, both physically and mentally. So I thought I'd take you guys to the Glorieta Minerva, make a little video on some unique and interesting ways that Mexico is dealing with the coronavirus. So let's go check it out. Vamos! Okay, so we're right along the train tracks, and before we get to La Minerva, I wanted to go ahead and point something out to you guys. Maybe off in the distance right there you can see what I'm going to be talking about, which is the tank, and you'll see them all over the houses, all over Mexico. And from what I understand, that those are the reason you can't drink water in Mexico. You can drink water, but that's the reason that it's not advisable to drink water in Mexico. And basically the reason, this is the urban legend that I've understood. It'd be interesting to find out if anybody has any other explanations as to why it's not recommended that you drink the water in Mexico. But the reason that I've heard is that some people claim that it's the tubes, that it's the piping that goes into houses. It's old and inadequate, that contaminates the water. What I've heard is that it's not so much the pipings that contaminates the water, but it's that the piping is old and sometimes breaks down. So what a lot of people will do is they'll have these tanks on the top of their houses. So for when the water does break down, they'll have a backup supply of water that they can continue taking showers and cooking and using water as usual. And it's in those tanks that water comes from, but it'll get contaminated. So it's not exactly the tubes or the piping that contaminates the water, but it's that the tanks that are on top of the houses that'll contaminate the water. So that's the urban legend that I've heard. I'm walking along the train tracks right now. I hope there's not a train coming. I hear this train pass by all the time. We're right by my house. But that's the urban legend I've heard. That's the explanation I've heard for why it's not recommended to drink water in Mexico. Have you heard of any other explanations of why it's not recommended to drink water in Mexico? It's also, I know in different places in Mexico it can be different, and I've heard in Puerto Vallarta it's fine to drink the waters from the tap. So who knows what the real explanation is. Also, I have a friend and my piano teacher that says he sometimes drinks the water from the tap, not always, but sometimes drinks the water from the tap. So obviously you'll live, you might get a little bit sick, but what are your experiences with water in Mexico? Do you drink it from the tap? Or, and what's your understanding of the situation in water in Mexico? I've also heard that maybe Pepsi and Coca-Cola and the big companies that distribute bottled water might be responsible for wanting to keep the status quo of selling so much bottled water. And mentioning that just reminds me that the country in the world where most bottled water is drank is right here in Mexico. I believe that to be the case. Alright, so we're at La Minerva, and I hope you guys can see it. I zoomed in as much as I could on the camera, but we have a symbol of Guadalajara, La Minerva, very famous, beautiful roundabout. But if you can see on camera, I hope you can. If not, maybe I'll put a picture on the video, or you can look up yourself on Google Images. But just a few days ago, what they did was, I'm going to walk around a little bit while I'm talking. What they did was a student organization with the University of Guadalajara put a little mask on the face of La Minerva, and it says, if I can read it or remember, yeah, salva lo que amas, I believe. Say what you love. And then a little flag of Mexico. I'll go ahead and put a photo up on the video. Just kind of give you guys a closer look of it. But a student organization with the University of Guadalajara, and with the help of the firemen, put one of the cubrebocas, the tapabocas, the little face masks, whatever those are called, on La Minerva. Looks pretty good. Basically, obviously just to help raise awareness of the coronavirus situation. So there's a unique thing that Mexico is doing, Guadalajara is doing, to handle the situation with coronavirus. So let's keep going. I want to mention we've actually got a lot of new subscribers. So one of the reasons I wanted to make a video was to just make a video for the new subscribers. I guess a lot of people are home, like myself, watching videos, YouTube videos. So thank you to all the new subscribers who have subscribed in the past few days. And as always, thank you to my patrons at patreon.com. Thanks for commenting. We're gonna run across real quick. Hope we don't get killed. Cars are coming. So seguimos. Okay, so another unique thing Mexico has done to handle the coronavirus situation is that they've created their own superhero to remind everybody to keep their social distancing. And so social distancing here in Mexico, in Spanish, is referred to as sana distancia. It's like healthy distancing, but basically social distancing. And so they created their own superhero, and the superhero, instead of being called sana distancia, which is the healthy distancing, it's called Susana distancia. Alright, that is Susana distancia, created by the federal government to promote healthy social distancing. And there was a mayor in one of the towns, Metepec, I believe it's called, who went a step further, who wanted to encourage her residents of her town to keep social distancing. So what she did was she dressed up as Susana distancia and made a video. And I thought it was pretty cute, pretty fun. There were some backlash, some comments, some negative comments about it. Of course, anytime you do something different or interesting or fun, everybody's gonna have an opinion about it, especially online. But I'd be interested in seeing your opinion about it, and I'll go ahead and put that video right here.
Yo soy Susana Distancia y he venido a Metepec a invitar a todos a que mantengan su sana distancia. Este 1,5 metros nos defiende del malvado coronavirus. Y recuerda, a donde quiera que tú vayas, mantén tu sana distancia. Juntos lo podemos lograr. Si te cuidas tú, nos cuidas a todos. Yo soy Susana Distancia. ¡Hasta la próxima!
So thank you so much to my patrons at patreon.com, and thank you so much to everybody who's become a subscriber in the past few days. Welcome to the channel. Hope to be making more videos in the not too distant future, getting back to a regular schedule where I can go out to off the beaten path Mexico. But in the meantime, I'm making these videos updating you on the coronavirus situation. So thanks again, everybody. Please become a patron at patreon.com. Remember that during the month of April, that all the contributions that I receive will be going to help those most affected by the coronavirus situation here in Mexico. So thank you again, everybody. Alright, so the last thing for today is I'll go ahead and throw up the pictures right now, and I'll keep the audio going. But basically, what we're looking at now is the Mercado del Mar. So I'm sure everybody knows that Mexico is a very Catholic country, and in Catholicism you're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays during Lent, and we're in Lent right now, I believe, if my Catholic school education, if I can remember that far back. But so not eating meat, a lot of people are eating fish. So the images, I believe, are from just this past Wednesday. And as you can see, a lot of people not respecting the sana distancia, not using face masks. And the governor wasn't too happy about it. So the following day, the measures, they implemented a lot of different measures, and they've handed out face masks, hand sanitizer, limiting access to the number of people who could get in. So just like in the rest of the world, a lot of people are staying at home. A lot of people are taking the situation very seriously, but of course there are people that are still getting out and not taking the situation very seriously at all. Alright guys, so thanks for watching the video, and just remember that 100% of the contributions on patreon.com will go 100% to those most affected by the coronavirus, most affected economically by the coronavirus here in Mexico during the month of April. So I'll put the link right below. Thank you everybody, to all my new subscribers in the past few days. Thanks again to all my patrons. Thanks for commenting and liking. See you guys real soon. Adios.